Hello friends, how are you? Hope you are doing well. So today we are going to start the case studies of ESG reports. So we will take example of the case study of Saudi Aramco. This ESG report is of 2023 for Saudi Aramco. Okay, we will see how the report was developed and what are the contents covered in the report. Which standard or framework has been used to design this report and develop this report. Let us study about sustainability or ESG report for Aramco. So if you see the first page where it is written, this is for 2023 and the title of the report is Aramco Sustainability Report, where they say investing in growth, innovating for sustainability. Now what is covered in the report? The second page says about the report. Like if you see in GRI standards, the first thing is that what is covered in the report. So about the report, introduction of the report is given, where the company is writing, Saudi Aramco is writing about the reporting standards. Okay, which reporting standard has been adopted, what is the approach to the sustainability reporting. Okay, if you see in the reporting standard for the ESG professionals and sustainability professionals, this has to learn that which standard or framework has been adopted to develop the report. Okay, reporting guidelines for the environment, social governance disclosures. Okay, for measuring and reporting the greenhouse gas emissions, greenhouse gas protocol has been followed. For reporting health and safety performance, OSHA standards has been followed. Okay, and American Petroleum Institute standards also. Then we see the reporting boundaries, where the scope, the basis of preparation has been covered in this. They are writing about from which date, like January 1 to 31st December. Okay, this is the reporting year. Okay, so data has been collected for the 2023 ESG performance or sustainability performance. Okay, and for clarity and transparency, the specific reporting boundaries of each metric for 2023, 2022 and 2021 data have been noted in details. Okay, in the report actually. Okay, then the company is writing about the internal control and data validation, where the figures in this report represents the latest available internally validated data. Okay, please understand this. And then Aramco internal reporting system captures and record the data used in this report. Then next comes third party limited assurance. So we can see that which type of assurance has been conducted. So third party limited assurance has been sought against various key performance metrics, including first one is GHG emissions in accordance with the revised international standard ISAE 3000 standard for assurance. Okay, so data that has undergone assurance has been referenced throughout the report, and we will see the other contents which have been covered in the report. Now the first thing is the vision statement, mission statement of the company, and what are the contents. We see here the introduction of the report we have seen already, and 2023 at a glance. So maybe the performance highlights, the history of the company, chairman's message, leadership message, president and CEO message, value of oil and gas. So the approach to sustainability, stakeholder engagement program. Okay, and governance. So we will see what are the contents has been covered. So what are the key focus areas in the report? We see about climate change and the energy transition, safe operation, people. So we talk about health and safety as well, product safety, health and safety, and environmental section is also there. Then growing societal value. So if you see ESG pillars, all pillars have been focused in this report actually. Then assured data, as we said earlier, that limited assurance has been conducted against the ISAE 3000 standard actually. Let us go next. What is the business performance? So the performance highlights are given on this page. Okay, certain inputs like operational data is there, financial data is there. So if you see the outcomes in this operations, relationships and financials, all has been covered. Then the company is talking about the delivering of the strategy. What is the corporate strategy, how it has been delivered, what management actions has been taken, approaches, methodologies, all have been defined here. Okay, then we see after the corporate performance, we see sustainability performance of the company. Okay, as we discussed the 4 key focus areas earlier. First one was climate change and energy transition, then safe operations and people development, minimizing environmental impact and growing societal value. So in these all 4 key focus areas, what actions have been taken and what are the achievements, it has been covered here. If you see here, we can see all the 4 key focus areas and their achievements have been defined. So as a ESG professional or sustainability professional, we need to understand when we go through with the sustainability reports or ESG reports of the company, we need to understand what are the key focus areas of the company and what data metrics has been defined and the data has been collected accordingly. Okay, so for those all the key focus areas, what are the, let's say suppose we can talk about the specific materiality topics also have been covered and defined. So let's say suppose for GHG emissions related to the climate change and energy transition, the scope 1 emission, scope 2 and upstream carbon intensity also have been defined. Then process safety events, fatal accidents, female employees. Okay, so that also percentage of female employees that has been highlighted here in the performance highlights. We talk about net positive impact on biodiversity, hydrocarbon spills, fresh water consumption, so something which is related to the environmental pillar actually. Then social pillar, we cover here we can see like social investments which have been done by the company, investments have been done by the company. Then nationalization, we say Saudization. Okay, and procurement spent in the kingdom. Okay, so in country values also have been defined. Then let us go next. Okay, the history of the company has been given here since the beginning and till date. What are the achievements, it has been given by the company in the report actually. Then we see leadership messages. Okay, chairman's message and CEO's message is given, that what company is doing for sustainability, how the company is focusing on sustainability, we can see here. And specifically supporting the energy transition, that also has been covered by the company in the report. So the students who are learning about how to develop the ESG report or sustainability report, it's very useful for them to understand what are the key messages covered in the report actually. Then if you see the CEO's message, where we can see how to maintain a culture of safety, supporting local communities or economic growth, living our values. So what key focus areas, 4 key focus areas have been identified earlier. So the message is something which is related to all the key focus areas. Then we go next. Here the company is trying to cover what is the value of oil and gas. Okay, so something which is related to their core business or organizational context. The company is giving some data related to that. Moving forward, now the company's ambition to be the supplier of choice for oil and gas with lower upstream production carbon intensity. So you might remember that in the environmental impact criteria, the or key focus area, where the carbon intensity was the materiality topic. So for that carbon intensity, lowering the upstream production carbon intensity, what the company is doing, so this is also covered here. So some data is already available here, so you can see that. Then we see sustainability and the company's corporate strategy or business strategy. So what sort of integration has been conducted by the organization, okay, increasing shareholders and societal values, what are the strategic themes of the company corporate strategic themes, like we can say downstream integration, low carbon initiatives, localization, and the promotion of national champions, upstream premiums. Okay, and who are the key enablers for this corporate strategy and integration of sustainability into the corporate strategy? So basically the people, the stakeholders, the technology, and portfolio optimization. As we discussed, these are the key focus areas. Okay, climate change and energy transition, safe operation, people development, environment, minimizing the environmental impacts, okay, and growing the societal value, the society part. Then it comes about very important topic, what is the company's sustainability framework? So company has defined their sustainability framework in the section of our approach to sustainability, okay, where we see the company's sustainability framework against all these four key focus areas. So the students who want to understand which sustainability framework or ESG framework company has adopted, okay, and you see very interesting thing, the mapping against the SDG, sustainable development goals, also has been conducted. So which sustainable development goal is relevant to which key focus area, so that you can see here. Okay, very wonderfully designed this report. Okay, if you see here, let's say suppose life on land. Okay, this is the SDG number 15. If you see, so what relevancy to the key focus areas of the company has been given here. Then next comes as per the GRI standards, we see like materiality topics or any other framework also which we adopted for in developing this report. Let's say we need to identify the concerned areas where the company can lead to most significant impact. As we are talking about the impact materiality, actually impact material. So materiality topics have been defined, but what was the process included by the company to identify and prioritize those materiality topics? So it is written very clearly. So the process includes external stakeholder engagement, internal stakeholder engagements, and review of the existing and upcoming standards. Peer benchmarkings also has been conducted. So the key steps in the process to identify and the prioritization of the material topic has been covered. So key focus areas, affirmation that Aramco's roadmap to establish additional metrics to better monitor, manage, and report. Also increasing the number of our metric in our sustainability report also. Okay, against the previous report actually. Then you see mapping our material sustainability topic against the sustainable development goals. So if you see carefully, students, you see impact level on the business and the stakeholder, because as we are talking about dual materiality concept, okay, where impact materiality is also covered here. So if you see what company has done, 4 key focus areas, their relevant materiality topics, you see here. Okay, the materiality topics plus their relevant matrices. Okay, like for climate change, they consider scope 1, scope 2, scope emissions, and then upstream carbon intensity. So these are the matrices. Okay, then for workforce protection, next key focus area, you see lost time injury rate, number of tier 1 process safety events, number of grievances raised. For human rights, for labor practices, attrition rate, number of female percentage, number of female employee leadership positions. Then minimizing environmental impact, where the material topics like local environmental impact, biodiversity, water management. For social value, labor practices, national content, human rights, okay, economic contribution. So these are the relevant matrices against which data has been collected throughout the year. Okay, and then finally you see the SDG mapping has been conducted. So all the dear students, you need to understand when we identify the materiality topics, we need to do the SDG mapping. Why? Because all the countries, they are sending their sustainability reports to United Nations in this format of sustainable development goals. Then comes next, as we discussed in the materiality topic, identification and prioritization, the stakeholders engagement sessions were conducted. So company has given the data related to their stakeholder engagement, where the company says Aramco recognizes that there is a social contract between our company and the society within which it operates, and Aramco interacts with a range of stakeholders. So the stakeholder engagement details have been given. So who are the stakeholders? What were the communication channels where the engagement sessions conducted, and what were the key discussion topics? So let's say, suppose for people, employees, internal stakeholders, what were the platforms or the channels utilized for conducting the stakeholder engagement, and then what were the discussion topics? Okay, similarly for customers, suppliers, supply chain partners, contractors, investors, financial institutions, these are the identified and prioritized stakeholders for the company. Okay, so stakeholder engagement sessions details are available as per the standard requirements actually. Then next comes the details related to the key focus areas and their materiality topics. So the company has already identified the materiality topics based on their stakeholder engagement. Okay, now the details for this particular section, like the qualitative and quantitative information is available. Quantitative data is available against their baseline also. Okay, we will see that. So first topic is related to GHG emissions. Okay, this is the first materiality topic against this key focus area of climate change and energy transitions. Okay, so the performance, as I said, the qualitative and quantitative information is available. So some qualitative data is provided by the company's relevant department, okay, or relevant internal stakeholder. Then you see 2023 performance against the previous years 21, 22 and 23. Okay, what are the percentage deviations, that also we can see. Then the data which is available in million metric tons of carbon dioxide equivalents actually. Then upstream carbon intensity, upstream methane intensity is also given. So company has given their target for net zero ambition, okay, and that data is also available. When we see performance of the key matrices, like different materiality topics over there, but here we consider different materiality matrices, okay, against the climate change topic actually. Scope 1, 2 and upstream intensity also for carbon and methane is given, flare intensity. Then the data for 23 and 22 is available. So you can see the difference also in the data. Whatever the increase and decrease are there, you can refer here. Then what is the status? Okay, whatever the percentage changes are there, so that has been included in the remarks column actually. And then what is the relevant contribution to the United Nations Sustainability Development Goals actually. Sustainable Development Goals, that is also covered here. Okay, the next comes, what is the approach to the climate change? Okay, what management actions? So for that, first the company has identified the risk. Okay, maybe the risk is physical risk, transition risk, okay, related to the policy, technology, market, legal, reputation. Then mitigation methodology. Okay, mitigative actions are also being considered here, we can see in the report. Students, you can see that company's approach for climate change risk mitigation and energy transition framework is also covered here. Okay, very good report. You see here a leader in lowering the upstream carbon intensity operation. So how they manage emission begins at the subsurface, investing in infrastructure, technology and digital solutions. So the details are available here, the initiatives details are available here, you can see that. Okay, how the company is trying to use the carbon emissions actually. Okay, then details related to the net zero ambition of the organization for 2050. Then GHG emissions details are there, as we said, for 21, 22, 23 data is available here actually. Then of course value chain emissions also, we can see some relevant data for value chain emissions. Okay, then we talk about the efforts what the company is applying, the actions in the particular year 2023 for energy efficiency, flaring and methane, carbon capture and storage, renewable energy, and natural climate solution and offsets also. So if you see the actions in 23, so the students who want to understand about the reporting process for sustainability report, ESG report based on GRI or based on any other framework, we need to understand what are the management actions taken for the particular year. Like here we are discussing about the report of 23, where we are collecting the data from January 1 till 31st December actually. Okay, so the management actions have been defined with the clear quantitative and qualitative input actually, or input data actually. So you can see this. Then for each material topic like energy management, energy efficiency, what efforts have been taken, what actions have been taken, it is covered here. Some specific initiatives also being highlighted in the report actually, with the quantitative data availability actually. Okay, then something relevant to the GHG emission reductions or methane reduction, the data is covered here if you see that. Okay, sustainability in action, specific plants, specific location, geographical location, what actions have been taken. So the company is trying to highlight their actions actually. Okay, then it comes with the providing customers with lower emission solutions, what fuels and transport technologies have been adopted, and R&D team, what work has been done by R&D team. So these things have been also highlighted here, something which is related to low carbon aviation fuels, hydrogen and ammonia. Okay, you see, so different initiatives, different actions have been highlighted in the report. Then next comes something related to the renewable energy, what the company efforts are related to the solar, geothermal. Okay, so these also have been covered here. Then it comes about the value chains and the material transition. We talk about the supply chain which is covered here. Okay, the material transitions and liquid to chemicals, non-metallic deployments. Okay, so reducing emission in energy generation has been a core focus of climate mitigation efforts today. And however, another key lever to achieve a transition to lower emission will be that of evolving how we use, produce, dispose of materials which form the building blocks of 21st century economy. So some details are related to the value chain. Okay, new materials for lowering emissions in the construction solution. So if you see, there is some construction initiative has been taken by the company, like engineered cementous composites are a special class of high performance fiber reinforced concrete with many potential use. Okay, so some details are available related to the particular example of that initiative. Then it comes about investing in low carbon emission technologies and solutions. So what R&D investments are there? So R&D focus areas like carbon capture and storage, CCS, renewable energy, energy efficiency, waste management, recycling, water management. So for multiple aspects, what were the investments for 2023 and in comparison with 22, you can see here. Okay, and the details are also available for all these topics actually. Now the fund or the budget for the sustainability, which provides about the details about the sustainability fund, you can see here. Okay, impact for climate investments, you can see. Okay, then we go next, how the company is supporting the energy and material transition through developing solutions and products. So those details are available. Let's say suppose for low carbon intensive energy, carbon capture, utilization and store materials. So those all details are available, what companies efforts related to that. Next key focus area was safe operations and people development. Okay, here certain key materiality topics are there, like workforce protection and process safety, human rights and labor practices. So these are the key focus areas, materiality topic. The key focus area was safe operations, okay, and then these are the material topics related to that. Let us move forward in this. We see the performance of the key matrices related to these particular materiality topics. Let's say suppose number of female employees in the leadership positions. Again the data is for 2023, but again the comparison with 2022 data and 2021 data. Then let's see what data has been covered. Workforce protection, process safety, human rights, labor rights. These are the relevant matrices. Like for workforce protection, we have number of fatalities as a key matrices, lost time injury rate, total recordable cases, health performance, 23 data, 22, and status of the particular matrices actually. Okay, let's take an example of the human rights section where we say number of grievances raised, okay, in which year. Okay, first column is 2023. So 23 data is given. 230 grievances have been registered actually. In addition to the many channels Aramco provides for employees to raise issues and voice concerns, the company, okay, grievances channel is there, right? So the company is recording the data related to the grievances. So this is one of the example what efforts companies taking with respect to the. So quantitative figures are there, qualitative information is also available, and how the contribution to the United Nations. So let's say suppose take an example of the particular good health and well-being. So what company has done? Company has various health and safety and well-being programs for employees. These include mental health initiatives, workplace standards and technologies to minimize exposure to the workers and unnecessary risks. So some details are related to the mapping of that particular materiality topic against the sustainable development goals. Now we see the details of the management actions like workforce protection and process safety. What efforts have been taken, the information is covered here. Then full safety management system, SMS, Aramco Safety Management System. This is basically a framework that integrates occupational health and process safety and assisting business units in meeting their safety expectations. So company is having that, if you see the details related to that, 45,001 certification is there. The company has this standard, okay. All organizations of the company are assessed against SMS guidelines throughout internal collaborative corporate safety management program or safety assessment program with over 50 SMS assessments performed. So this is the data given by the company in 2023. More than 50 assessments have been conducted by the company. Okay, now let's say suppose Aramco's fleet of vehicles transport our workforce safely to remote areas. So there are multiple transport ways like safety on the road, safety at the sea, and safety in the air. Okay, so you can see certain figures. More than 11,000 number of Aramco road vehicles, 350 plus maritime vessels, and 50 plus helicopters and aeroplanes are there. So the company is writing the details related to qualitative and quantitative details related to the efforts the company is taking with respect to the workforce protection and process safety. Okay, then the safety performance of the company, like you can see multiple matrices are there. Fatal accident rate, number of fatalities, total recordable cases rate, lost time injury rate, number of tier 1 process safety events. 23, 22 and 21 data is given here. Okay, so whatever approaches, methodology, management actions have been taken, let's say for an example related to the development of the safety culture within the organization, how they manage the contractors. Okay, so contractor safety program, emergency preparedness, and expanding safety trainings. Okay, safety training program details are available here. Okay, and the relevant pictures also have been included. The next material topic was human rights. In the human rights section, they cover how the company is caring about the people, their internal stakeholders. Okay, so they write, for over 90 years we have embraced diversity in our workforce. Today the Aramco workforce is comprised of 73,000 employees from more than 90 different countries. Okay, and also the company is aiming to further promote female employment, multiculturalism, and inclusion of people with disabilities. So all the details are available here. And more than that, what company's efforts in terms of developing the code of business conducts, grievances program, grievance mechanism, okay, and a formal grievance redressal system is also included. Then employee engagement programs, and if you see the data, number of grievances raised, number of grievances recorded, and sites with a grievance mechanism in place actually, okay, 100% coverage is there for the sites. Then employees acknowledging performance review meetings, 23, 22 and 21 data is available. Then we can see employee experience awards, how it starts with you campaign has been conducted, enhanced well-being model also adopted by the company. So these are the efforts related to the human rights protection, okay. Then related to the labor practices, there are certain topics associated with like diversity and inclusion, where we can see number of female employees, percentage of female in total employees, okay, 23, 22, 21 data is available here. So you can see if we go from right to left, 21 to 23, there is a change in the number of female employees in the workforce. So you can see the details related to that. How the company is investing in the workforce, that detail also available here. Then again, national training centers bring Aramco's vocational training legacy to local communities. So details related to the training program, training centers. If you see the specific details related to this, if you see till date, over 57,900 students have been graduated from the NTCs, National Training Centers, in more than 80 different disciplines. So the quantitative and qualitative details are available here. Okay, you see 57,943 graduate till date, more than 80 training disciplines, and female representation is also, details are available here actually. Then moving forward, advancing career development opportunity for the people, for the company's internal stakeholders, so how the company is collaborated with the different university programs or business schools. So those details are available here. Then specific examples related to the skill development or education program, this is also covered here. Workforce well-being details, how they manage the contractor well-being program is also available. The details are available here. You see here number of hired graduate, number of interns, number of apprentices, these details for all the 3 years available in this report. Okay. Next comes the key focus area, minimizing environmental impact. This is the key focus area, okay, where the company is trying to cover the environmental pillar of the ESG, and these are the relevant materiality topics, okay, biodiversity, ecosystem services, local environmental impact, water management, product stewardship, and the waste management, okay, and some specific pictures also have been included here. Now let us move forward. We see the performance data related to the environmental side. So 2023 specific performance, SOx emissions and freshwater consumption is given. Then some other relevant matrices related to the particular materiality topics like biodiversity and ecosystem, net positive impact, and local environmental impact in terms of number of hydrocarbon spills, volume of hydrocarbon spills in the barrels case, recovered hydrocarbon percentage, okay, discharge to water, SOx emission, number of sites with ISO 14001 coverage, actually it has been covered here, water management, product stewardship, those all data provided here, okay, which is something relevant to the environment. Then whatever suitable relevant SDGs are there related to that, what contribution has been done by the company, it is given here, okay. Even in the case of those students who wants to learn about the audit and assurance of the reports or ESG reports or sustainability report, this case studies will be very, very useful to understand where what is covered, what is written, what quantitative figures are there, what qualitative information is available, okay, for the particular year and in comparison with the previous year, historical years also, okay, or against the baseline years. Then let us say the material topic is biodiversity and ecosystem services. So for preserving the biodiversity, what is covered? Net positive impact, to create the positive impact on the environment, what efforts or action have been taken, it is covered here. Then company is having a very specific biodiversity mitigation hierarchy, so those details are also covered here. Avoid, minimize, restore and offset. So those details you can see here. Then driving net positive impact, okay, related to biodiversity. Then nature-based solutions, okay, what relevant to the nature, what company is doing, okay, that information is also available. So to nurture, protect and restore the environment, Aramco invests in nature-based solutions. Like in 23, we planted approximately 6.5 million mangroves, 1.1 million native trees in the kingdom. So this brought the total number of planted native trees 4.1 million. Okay, to date, our cumulative total of planted mangroves is over 30 million. So these details are available. Again, wetland initiative, seaweed, coral reef protection. These details are also available related to the topic of biodiversity, materiality topic of biodiversity. Supporting the aquaculture sector in as per the Saudi Vision 2030, that is information also available. Then creating local environmental impact, we say positive environmental impact, okay, as we are talking about the impact materiality. So like air emissions, what data is available related to air emissions? You see SOx emissions in metric kilotons, okay. What are the company's efforts related to reducing the air emissions? And if you see, the specific technical details are available here, okay. What approaches or methodologies applied technically to control the air emission, then spillage to environment, that data is also available. Like say total number of hydrocarbon spills, like you see here 23 12 cases, 22 15 cases, 21 13 cases are there, and what was the volume of that hydrocarbon spill, it is also available here, you see. So those who are doing the study related to the audit and assurance, they can better understand, how the company is presenting their information related to the particular key focus areas and their relevant materiality topics actually. The next comes water management, one of the materiality topic for the environment case. The approach to water, okay, what information is being disclosed by the company, it is covered here, like fresh water consumption, fresh water withdrawal, and fresh water intensity. So that relevant information is also available here. Wastewater and discharge to the water, that information also is given here, which is relevant to the water materiality topic. Hydrocarbon discharges to water in terms of barrels is also available here, okay. Going forward, product stewardship and waste management we are talking about. So let's say the company is covering their data for industrial waste management, okay, corporate circular economy principles, how they are rolling it out, that information is also available. And then you see some quantitative figures related to the matrices of industrial waste recycled, percentage of that for 23 22 21, then industrial waste disposed, upstream waste disposed and downstream waste disposed. So as per their business context, okay, our business activities, they are providing the information. Similarly, if you see the circular economy, corporate circular economy principles, okay, how they are going to reduce the waste quantity. So that is also, like they are writing, we continue to roll out a circular economy program across the company value chain from design and engineering, followed by procurement, construction, operations, services, digitalization, information technology. So all the life cycle phases are covered here, like dealing in work over circularity program and procurement and supply chain related circularity program. So these details are available here, and what efforts has been taken in 2023. So let's say suppose for procurement and supply chain, what they are writing, during 23 procurement and supply chain management circularity program recycled more than, you see, 85,000 tons of material such as ferrous scrap, plastic drums and aluminium, okay, more than 85,000 tons, okay. Then moving forward, how to grow the societal value. So out of the ESG pillar, now we talk about the social part, where the materiality topics are labor rights, labor practices, human rights in the supply chain, community and society, and economic contribution, okay. Let's see the details of the matrices and their performance indicators and performance, okay. We covered the performance indicators like Saudization, okay, and procurement spend in the kingdom, what is the local spend, total number of volunteers, okay, supporting the CSR activities. You got my point. And then we see the investments, social related investments are there. Then performance matrices, the relevant data is available here. You see related to the labor practices, nationalization, community and society, economic contribution. If you see in detail those relevant information for labor practices, let's say suppose number of people on Aramco sponsored community programs. Okay, so the number of people in the sponsored community program increased by 24.2% compared to 2022, and demonstrating our firm's strategy to building capacity and capability of local people. So how they build local economy, so that effort is highlighted here. Let's say suppose CSR spends, you can see in 23 itself they made social investments of dollars 475 millions in Saudi Arabia and abroad. More details are available on the page number so and so. Okay, so those details related to financial contributions or CSR related investments are available. Then again contribution with respect to the each relevant materiality topic with SDG. Actually you see here what they are doing for goal number 17. For an example, partnering with government, suppliers, non-profit organizations and education institutes. So during 23 itself 475 million US dollars was invested in various social initiatives supporting more than 30 non-profit organizations around the world. And let's say suppose for goal number 9, what they are doing, sustainable industry. Aramco prioritizes a top tier local supply chain for more sustainable energy solutions, diverse infrastructure development. So what they do, the contribution spends natural gas, roads, educational facilities and cultural centers. So these details are also available. Then it comes about labor practices and national content. So if you see the details related to the cumulative GDP contribution, is the procurement spend in the kingdom itself, those details are available here. Broadening educational opportunities in the youth, what is the IKETO program, those details are available. Okay, so related to the labor practices. Okay, so you see specifically 24.2% is the number of people on our sponsored community program increased by 24.2 compared to the 2022, and demonstrating our aim to build capacity and capabilities of the local people in Saudi Arabia. So those details you can see here. Okay, you can see one specific action, building the first locally manufactured offshore rig. Those details are available. It's a part of the national economy development actually. Then national champions, some programs are there. These details have been provided here, supporting economic diversification in Saudi Arabia. Okay, you see here. Then how the company protect the human rights in the supply chain, those details are available here. Certain management actions are there which have been highlighted. So how they control the suppliers, how our suppliers are promoted to notify Aramco when they became aware of any actual potential violation of code of conducts. Yeah, and communicate plans to correct and remedy such violations. So if you see the quantitative figures, like active suppliers signed up to the Aramco's supplier code of conduct 100%. So that data was also available here. Okay, related to the supplier code of conduct. Then something which is related to the community and society, as we said earlier, the investments related to the societal development, social investments. Aramco built a school. This is some specific program, okay, which you can see here, how the company is supporting the society. You can see those details here. Okay, for an example, let's say company is having a global citizenship signature program. So Aramco is extending its citizenship activities through its GSPs, launched in September 23. Okay, so specific details of the date, okay, that is covered here. Moving forward, global citizenship program, those details throughout the countries where the company is having these programs, it's included here. Okay, what was the investment, that details also covered here. Then volunteering hours or volunteering details for the CSR activities, corporate social responsibility activities. You see here, Aramco fosters a volunteering and giving mindset among both employees and community members across a range of programs and initiatives. So what programs, ideas are available here? Ramadan supplies care box volunteering program, company mass giving program, partnership with the Al Fawzan Academy to train students and teachers in volunteering, corporate blood donation campaigns. Globally in market where Aramco operates, there are multiple Aramco sponsored volunteering programs. Okay, now let's see the details of the volunteering program figures. Total number of volunteers for each year 23, 22, 21. Number of employees volunteered, number of Aramco facilitated community volunteers, volunteering hours. Okay, you see 171,633 hours. Number of employee volunteering hours, you see, and number of Aramco facilitated community volunteering hours. Those details are available here. Then economic contribution details like social investments, R&D spends, okay, revenue. We can see the details related to the dividends given, net income, payment to Saudi and foreign government. So those details are related to the community economic contributions. Then comes the governance side of the ESG pillar. ESG pillars. So the governance pillar, the details we will see here now. Okay, in the governance section, the company covers the details for the governance. So what is the sustainability governance structure within the company? So the governance structure is available here. Okay, where the company is writing about, by maintaining a robust governance structure, we aim to build trust with our investors, partners and communities while promoting a culture of relationship, responsible decision making and strategic planning. So the board of directors of Aramco oversee this company management, providing strategic leadership. So this is well written here, the roles and responsibilities, right? Responsibilities. Then what is the chairman's role? The details are available. Okay, the board structure is given here. Now board composition by average age, average tenure, board member average attendance. So you can see all the details for 23, 22 and 21. What the committees are available which are overseeing the responsibility for sustainability. So the board sustainability risk and HSE committee provides leadership, direction, oversight with respect to the environment, social governance matters. So the details are available here. Okay, so the governance structure is available. Then what are the corporate committees? Like corporate committee, sustainability steering committee, executive remuneration committee. Those details are also being provided. Again, in the governance side, we see material topic like ethics and compliance, where we cover anti-bribery and anti-corruption, code of business conduct. These details are available here. What trainings were conducted? So the training hour details for anti-bribery and anti-corruption, number of allegations received by the company. So that structure, the figures are available here. Now you see sustainability governance management framework, where the board of directors are having this sustainability risk and HSE committee. Okay, where GHSSE committee, group strategy committee, group executive committee, the details are there. Sustainability steering committee, where under this committee there is a department called ESG and policy analysis department. So this is the structure and governance structure and governance management framework of the organization. Now you see the data for the company. Okay, quantitative data for the different key focus areas, their materiality topics, their matrices. 23 actual data, the boundaries set. Okay, operational and organization boundary. 22 actual data, then boundaries. 21 data and their boundaries are given here. So what I said, the key focus areas, the table cover. Okay, then for each key focus area, materiality topics, then their ESG matrices, then we see the actual data for the year. So this information is available here, you see. Okay, for all the key focus areas which we highlighted. Then last comes abbreviations, terms and glossaries. So these details are also you can see here. Glossary is also available here, so you can easily understand what terminology has been used here. Okay, Then last is forward-looking statement. So sustainability report may contain certain forward-looking statement with respect to financial position, results of operation, business, and certain of Aramco's plans, intentions. So this also covered here. So future statement, future outlook is given here. Okay, for the report. So thank you very much, friends, for listening to me. This is how we cover the case study. Okay, we have taken example of Saudi Aramco's report, how they designed the report, what data has been covered against key focus areas, their specific materiality topics. Even we have seen that the company has gone for limited assurance. So those, if you want to see in detail, that detail can be downloaded from the company's website. Okay, this all data which is available here against their key matrices and key materiality topics. Okay, so this information is available here. Thank you very much, friends, for listening to me. We will see the next case study now.